Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Saturday, February 7th, 2026, and I want to talk about hydroponic growing and a quick debrief about yesterday's Feel It Friday. So stick around with me. It's going to be worth your time. So to start off, yes, I already messed that one up. This is what I want to talk about, and it's this video here. So I'm going to play it for you because it's going to tie into a couple other things.
My son asked me if he could take one of my hydroponic towers and bring it to school and set it up in his class. I said, absolutely, so let's get it ready together. 3D printed these collars that hold the net cups, and there's a water diverter inside. These collars are simply silicone to a 4-inch water pipe. This here is the water diverter, connects the 1/2-inch hose to the pump in the bucket. Actually, I have to print a new one as I've broken most of the tabs that hold the screws. And there we go. In about an hour, I'll have a water diverter. I do have a detailed video on how to build this, but I'll just give you a quick overview. 4-inch water pipe, cut at 5 feet, drilled 30 holes at staggered intervals, 4 threaded rods that hold the pipe into the bucket, 1/2-inch hose going all the way down the bottom to a small submersible pump, hose connected to diverter, and then screwed a few inches below the top. Then put the cap on top and you're done. Let's put some water in the bucket and I'll show you how to actually grow stuff in it. This is what the diverter should look like installed. There should be a slight gap all the way around it. I'm gonna plug it in. It's important the pump's adjustable because you just want enough water going over the diverter, going around it and dropping down the edges. This gives you the perfect drip distribution all the way down the tube. The net cups just sit perfectly in the holders. For growing medium, I just use these little hydroponic sponges. I just stick them all in. I use a few of them because mine are too small. Just jam them in there like this. Now our baskets are getting wet from the inside. We've got half the tower loaded, and once they sprout, then you would plant the bottom half. That way there, you don't have 30 lettuce heads ready at the same time. The really nice thing about this system is that it takes about 4 square feet of space. This is great because you can grow up to 30 plants, whether it be lettuce, peppers, beans, peas, you name it, in only 4 square feet of space. So for people in apartments or someone that doesn't want to take up much square footage in their house, this is perfect. If you're interested in purchasing a kit, they come with 30 collars, a diverter, and 30 nets, and a detailed instruction on how to do it. And if you have any questions, you just reach out to me. There it is with the lights in the light tower, and I just painted it all black so it looks a little bit nicer. Links in the bio if you want one. My son asked me if he could take one.
So this is actually quite good because I myself have been looking for something that is affordable and where you can do your own hydroponics. And the reason why I say this is because I've actually grown some things in the past, and I've been using what you see in my hand. Not necessarily the copper, but what was in it. And the reason why I say this because when I look at this option, hydroponics, it's very good. And there are other options that I've come across over time, and some of them have been quite expensive that you can use outside that are built like this. But with that, I also want to use or grow with the cleanest and most absorbable water. And I know this water works because I've seen it. I've already experienced it. So if you're looking to add water for your growing medium, then the 114 degree molecular bond angle water is very, very good. And you can actually cascade it, meaning if you've ever gone to a pharmacy and you get one of those syringes, I don't have one with me, but they have, where you measure the amount of medicine that you have to take and then you squirt it in your mouth. Well, they are usually like 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters, or 8 millimeters. If you take 8 milliliters of 114 degree molecular bond angle water and add it to 1 liter of your water choice, you actually cascade the properties of 114 degree molecular bond angle water to that 1 liter glass. So now, can you reap the benefits from it if you are using that water to grow in hydroponic systems? The answer is Uh-huh. There is nothing you can tell me to convince me otherwise that it doesn't work, because I've already witnessed it and experienced it, because I've got the proof. And you know where the proof is? You see the growing tent right there? That's my proof. So, do I want to get back into growing hydroponics? Uh-huh, I do. And I've actually reached out to that individual with the video that I just showed, saying I'm willing to trade the water for the product. So we'll see what happens. And if so, if I do acquire this, then I'll actually prove it to you by doing an experiment with side by side, if I can, regular tap water and 114 degree molecular bond angle water. And I'll live stream it right here to show you and to prove it to you that I am as real as a heart attack. Because if my heart rate is not enough to show you, then maybe plants are going to be what will be enough to actually lock in the information that I'm sharing with you, because it's true. But a lot of people are so skeptical. They don't believe, they don't believe what people tell them. And it's a lot of that has to do with because people will do a lot of things for money. I'm not one of those. I'm not. Because I was not coerced with this for money. That should be enough to tell you that I won't do things just for money. I have ethics. But I also think about things too. And so if my heart rate is not enough to show to you that I am as real as a heart attack, and that, hey, I can sustain a heart rate over 200. If you watch yesterday's episode, you'll see that I actually dived into some old heart rates that I had recorded on my phone. And you'll see the highest heart rate in those records are around 183. And that was before I started drinking 114 degree molecular bond angle water, because I saw a change. How much of a change? So I said 183 yesterday. When I hit 20, I think it was 209 the first time, divided by what it was. And yesterday it was 183. So that's a 15% difference in heart rate. Maximum heart rate went up for when I experienced it for the first time after drinking 114 degree molecular bond angle water. So I know what the water does. And when I talk about heavy water, D2O, and aka deuterium oxide, it's legitimate because John Ellis himself talks about it. The man behind it all. And in fact, he supports it. If you want to have a look at this video right here, let's see if I'll play it.
Hi, it's Dave over at powergate.us, and we're
Wonderful.
trying another experiment today. If you've been following along with the previous videos, you know that I've been testing my Vortex cell. It's a completely different design than anything that's out on the market, and getting some remarkable results.
And do it this way. So yes, now you can see it. So this guy is...
Hi, it's Dave over at powergate.us, and we're trying another experiment today. If you've been following along with the previous videos, you know that I've been testing my Vortex cell. It's a completely different design than anything that's out on the market, and getting some remarkable results, trying to narrow down exactly what is causing the great results. Yesterday, the video I posted showed, well, it showed about 0 amps, but I think it was about it was less than 1 amp. It's about half an amp, because unfortunately my ammeter is extremely coarse. But the ammeter works. Few people ask me, well, maybe the ammeter wasn't working even though it showed 0. It does work, tested it. The only difference between pulling 31 amps with this setup and getting less than an amp with a setup is a very powerful water. I've added 20 drops, and I call it Oregon water.
So, he's talking about Oregon water. Oregon water. What he's actually talking about is 114 degree molecular bond angle water, because and the reason being is because 20 drops, 8 milliliters into 1 liter, permanently changes the water. This water is cascading, meaning it changes the hydrogen structure of the water. And this is why when you watch the video on that same page where it's talking about how live blood analysis, how the blood changes in 15 minutes, because it's so powerful. Now, does it do the same thing to me over time when I'm able to hit 200, over 200 plus in multiple consecutive days? Is there something connected with that? Now I'm giving you a real world example. And I'd be, I want to prove it to you with plants because I know it works. So if you want a sample, 1 liter, comment below. If you want for your hydroponics, and you'll see for yourself how good it is. 20% more. If you could get 20% more vegetables, would you do it? I'm sure somebody would. I got 15% more heart rate by drinking the water. But I actually got more than that because that was the first time. When I say 207, it's actually 217 divided by 183, because that's technically where I was before I started drinking the water. That's just under 20%. 18.57% more heart rate. Why is that? It's called blood quality. Able to perform 20%. Now, since I've added the X39, I can do it consistently. Because before it was just sporadic. Now, does this help? Mm-hmm. So, am I talking a bunch of fluff? Saying, hey, you don't know until you try it. So, a quick debrief of the presentation from, yesterday's Feel It Friday. So, here I've got the previous week, January 30th, I finished the workout in 18 minutes and 15 seconds, and yesterday it ended up being longer, 20 minutes and 20 seconds. And if you look right here, let's see if I can zoom in. So there's the king, 112, so that's 112 jumping jacks, 109 mountain climber, and a push-up. That was yesterday. The week before was 104 and 104. So less, but there was more skipping, right? So each week, the workouts, they change. And obviously it's reflective in the total time. There was a difference in the barometric pressure. The week prior was, I didn't record it. But barometric pressure yesterday was 1010. So today I'm going to actually record what it is too. And where are you here? Okay. So I'm just going to refresh this. The current barometric pressure is what you see on the screen right there. And we'll see if that affects me today in the fitness stress test, which I will do after the 10-minute warm-up. Last week, I only got 37 4-second sequences at the pace of 221. So I'm hoping that today I'm more successful. The pressure is kind of well, it's lower today than it was last week. So it'll be interesting to see if it affects me in a different way. I have no idea. But either way, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes today. I'm just going to go in with an open mind and see. So if you haven't already heard, experienced the benefits like I am, you're truly with the X39, make sure you scan the QR code right there. It'll take you to where you can actually place your order and try it for yourself. It's worth it. So let's get on with it with today's workout. Oh, dum da dum da dum. Okay, it's talking. So I'm going to set the metronome at 165. I will do that today. So during the timer, you'll see on the screen when I change the to the high intensity portion, it'll be 30 seconds high, 30 seconds low. So that's going to be the structure of the workout. Oh, of course. Okay, let's see if it works now. It's good. 10-minute hit. There's yesterday's results during the Feel It Friday session. Forgot to turn on the heart rate monitor. And today's equipment of choice will be the Buddy Lee Rope Master. So, and then for the fitness test will be a different rope that I've been using for a while now. So, without further ado, let's begin. Oh, I gotta make sure my shorts are tightened. So, yeah, heart rate has gone up. I see the color change on the screen. Oh, I feel like putting this on. Let's see. Maybe I'll wear it for the actual test. I'm supposed to be closely near my max heart rate of 171. $163 feels like nothing, to be honest. For me, at least. Hit the hat! Tried a new truck. single leg hops with the crisscross. Alright. There it is. Getting the 250s for the 10-minute hit. I will wear this hat today to see if it helps me get that to 250 in the fitness stress test that I'm going to do. I will be using the rope that you see here. This is the rope that has the kink in it. So again, wearing the cowboy hat. Let's see if the Mustang can do it today. I will recharge a little bit with one more 114 degree molecular bond angle water. Freshly made yesterday. You can see my heart rate is returned to normal. Let's see what happens when I do the fitness test. All right, so tempo is going to be at 221. And so remember, when I'm doing the test, it's going to be 0, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. You know, you get the idea. So every 4 second or every 4 beats, it's going to count as 1 towards. And I need 62.5 to get to 250. Skips within 68 seconds. So that's the goal for today. So as you see on the screen here, last week, attempt January 31st, 2026, I got 37 right here. 37. Which was far less than 59 the week prior because I kept on tripping. I just, for whatever reason, I don't know what it was. Just trip every attempt. I made 5 attempts last week. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't happening. So, again, the barometric pressure today, just click refresh. So, still staying around that 108. So far today I feel good, and it's going to be interesting to see how this test goes today. I'm just going to wait a few minutes here for the water to absorb into my body to replenish oxygen levels, because that will definitely play a role in how I perform, even though I've warmed up my body already. Hitting a maximum heart rate was something 160. It's 160 something. I don't know, remember exactly what it was. But there is, I guess, a method to the madness that I want to be able to achieve this goal of 250 skips. And today I will try to do it with the cowboy hat on. So I don't know if it's going to give me that extra power, to do it. But if it makes you smile, it makes me smile. And that's what it's all about. It's just, I'm testing myself and I'm benchmarking against myself. Not anybody else out there in the world. And because of that, this is specific to me. Can you achieve this goal? You got to try it. If you can do it. 221 beats per minute is no slouch of a pace. And you got to have the heart, the ticker, underneath the hood to be able to do it. So, give it a few minutes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, that's basically how you want to count it out if you're going to try it yourself. It's tough. And the longer that your rope is, the harder it is, because you got to swing it. And depending on how you're holding the rope, it will dictate how efficiently you are. But this rope here, I began using it in 2018. And that's when I first started doing this test. So, like I stated in previous episodes of Sunny Saturdays, I'm going to keep using this rope till it dies or till it breaks. But I think I'll break the rope before it breaks me. And if you haven't already, make sure you get your package of X39, which you see me wearing right here in all its glory. So, makes me feel good. I woke up this morning feeling refreshed. I slept good. Even though that workout I did yesterday was grueling. It was hard. So if you like hard workouts, I suggest you try it. Try to follow along. Because I was skipping at a pace of 165 as well. So not letting the heart rate drop. And at my current age of 49, I think that's pretty impressive. So, can you keep up with this Mustang? Alright. A few minutes has passed here. Give it another minute or so. And, like I said, right there is where you'll find it. Give it a shot. And, if you have difficulties with pain, especially them cowboys out there, this can help you. No drugs. And if stuff like this can work on a horse doesn't know what a placebo effect is. Neither should you. Just saying. Does it work? Sure does. And if you want to improve your complexion for all those wonderful ladies out there, you add this in addition to the X39. Combine them together. There's 30 of here, 30 in here, and there's 30 in here. You get 30 days worth. Give it a shot. Now, if you're 40 years old or plus, you want at least 4 months of use to really start reaping the benefits. The longer you use it, the more pronounced the effects will be. Just saying. Look at my skin. You see wrinkles? You see wrinkles there, but look, they disappear when I unsquint. That's the power of the patch. So if you're looking to beautify yourself or make yourself some handsome, look no further. All right, so I think that's enough time that I've allowed the water to absorb into the tank. Let's begin. So, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. Ah, bah humbug. I don't know how many skips that was. I wasn't counting. I wasn't breathing enough though. I can feel it. Gonna wait for my heart rate to recover here. This time I'm just gonna go. I mean, I didn't count, so I'm gonna try to sing or something to get myself. La 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 la. Something along that line, so I don't know. The pace at 221, I can definitely hold it. I have no issues with that. The problem is keeping the focus. And between this guy and the feet. Alright. Maybe I'm gonna drink another glass of water here. Because this test is tough. You probably think, man, this beeping is annoying, right? just swooshing the water in my mouth. And I can feel my saliva change the water. It's kind of an interesting observation now that I just mentioned it, because I'm going to pay more attention to that in the future. In fact, I'll probably just try another sip right now. So, just taking a bit and swooshing it in my mouth. Mm-hmm. What I was going to say is, as the water warms up, because it's chilled down here, so I can feel the changes in how the water is in my mouth when I swoosh it around. And largely because my saliva is being released as well. But one of the things that I've talked about in the past is that when you drink deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water when it's cold, you can feel how it's being absorbed into your gums and your tongue. You can feel it. It's a sensation that is most noticeable when the water is cold, because you can feel that sensation, if you want to call it that. You know, it's no different than somebody touching you on the hand. You know, you feel what that feels like. So that's, you know, like listening to your body essentially. Now, if you have that skill where you're good at listening, or you can feel, then you'll feel what the water does when you drink it in its pure form. I'm just saying. And my ticker feels that as well. And that's why I say when I'm, you know, reaching heart rates over 200. And the last fitness, or on January, 2 weeks ago, that's where I hit a maximum heart rate of 183 during the fitness test. And my goal is to get that 62.5 counts with the rope at 221, to see if I can actually do it. Can I endure the discomfort? Because essentially that's what it is. It's the discomfort. Now, you know, breathing properly and making sure that you have enough oxygen to contract the muscle, right? To generate the power and the energy associated with accomplishing the goal. Because, you know, if you don't put diesel or gas into your automobile, it ain't going to go anywhere. Simple, right? So what's the same rules apply to the human body. So my heart rate has pretty well dropped to a point where it's almost getting close to, you know, resting heart rate. Maybe it's gonna drop a little bit more. We'll see. and that will probably be an indicator of levels of oxygen in my body. Now, I wish I had, I should probably get one of those sensors to see, you know, when before and after kind of thing, if you see a difference, especially during, like after the workout or the oxygen levels depleted, when, you know, before and after I drink the water, after a hard workout, I wonder what oxygen levels would be. That's just giving myself some ideas to help prove to you that there's something to it with this water. And also with the X39. So, heart rate is feeling good. I'm just assessing how I'm feeling as I see the heart rate on the screen as well. All right. So are we ready? Quick stretch. I really don't know about this rope. If it's because of the kink, if that causes a problem. I really don't know. Try to keep my hands lower. That's what I gotta try to do. Keep my hands lower. Alright. Just kind of getting a feel for the rope. Seeing how much I have to. Yeah, it feels good. All right. Just gonna kind of warm up here with this rope to get a feel. Okay. Just gonna switch handles just to feel where the rope is. That kink, I will feel it. I'm just kind of skipping or just jumping ever so lightly. Getting a feel for the rope still. Really? 142 already? I don't feel like I'm 42. I'm not breathing that much, that's why my heart rate is up. Alright. I don't know how close I was, but sure felt good. Wearing the hat actually prevents me from watching the screen, which helps because then I can just not worry about what's happening. I'm just doing my thing. And I think I got close. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's it for today. I tried. And next week, I'll try again with the cowboy hat on. Because I was fighting through that pain, especially near the end. And I think my heart rate probably reflected upon that. So, not being able, like I said, being able to see the screen that's in front of me helps because the cowboy hat blocks it. So, not sure if this Mustang made it today, but I sure tried. And I think that's what counts. So, if you're looking to do the same, try. Follow me. Make sure, don't forget to get your first package of X39 and stay tuned into the future because like I showed you earlier in this episode, the hydroponic growing tower, I think I'm going to try to give it a shot. Whether it's, figuring out how to print, either 3D print the stuff here locally or actually get it from the fellow that I showed on the screen. So that's it for today. Sunny Saturday. I'll see you on Monday. Tune in then with yours truly. And have a good weekend. And last but not least, don't forget to vote. If you haven't done so already, before I forget here, I'm still in an 11th spot in the group. 5 days left to go. Based on how it looks so far, I think I might make it past this round of voting and into the next one. And I might need your help with votes. So stay kind of in the know of what's going on, and hopefully I progress to the next round. So right now, as it stands, I did advance to the top 20 in this group. You can see there's some stiff competition here. Wow, this guy came out of nowhere. And there I am. So I made it past. So there's lots of good entries in the contest, and it all depends on who votes. So I ask for your votes to keep me near the top. So if you think I am as real as a heart attack, and showing that with my heart, because you can have all the muscle and aesthetics, but if you don't have the heart to back it up, you ain't going far. You ain't doing much. So bye for now. Have a good night. We'll see you on Monday.